Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. So not too much has happened, therefore in this video I'd like to take a little bit of a deeper look into the indicators, also the longer term indicators for ADA. I think that could become quite interesting, but let's take a look at the price first. So after ADA broke out of this channel to the upside here, we reached that 91.5 cent level, we came very close to it. That was the next key resistance level that I made you aware of, and we can see how relevant that was. We actually reacted very strongly to it, and yeah, this is not a necessarily bullish sign. So we came down quite hard together with Bitcoin, of course, and we are now consolidating here, coming further down, and we are going to, we actually found support here at the 78 cent level. That again is the other support level that was very, very relevant. We had 75 and 78, that zone here, which is providing support, you know, sort of in this current range in which we are. So we're not going to have a major decision here until we break either below 75 cents or above 91.5. And if we go above 91.5 cents, then you still have the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level at 97 cents, and really also a lot of more resistance all the way up to $1.01. As you can see here, only above $1.01, where we had so much support and resistance, there is a good possibility, an easy possibility for the price to reach 125 again. That is the 50% Fibonacci retracement. Only above that, we can really consider even higher prices, and a really good confirmation that the whole downtrend, the overall downtrend in which we now have been since September, that this could be over. Would be above 163. That is what we get then. When we get above 163, we get a really good confirmation that the downtrend could be over. But of course, from here, that is pretty much a 2x. So we need to be aware of that as well. And of course, there needs to be a balance of going in as low as possible, but having a certain level of confirmation and assurance as well. So what is Cardano doing here? So as I said, it's currently in the range. I would still expect the price to drop to 55 cents. Personally, I don't see yet that the low is in. The problem with that is, if the low is in already, the problem is that we have come down exactly to the level that we were already on the 24th of February. It could now, of course, this could become a double bottom, but it has come down very impulsively again, right? It has come down very impulsively, and what we have done here looks very much like a three-wave move. I did say that before. Cardano failed to create a fifth wave to the upside here. So in that case, what we can count this like is an A, B, C, in which case we are now here in a five-wave move down again. And that could take us exactly into this region here. Now, as I always say, short-term upside always possible. So let's say Bitcoin finally does this wave 2, as I said, then of course we could move higher here. But then I called out these key resistance levels to you as well, so that you have an orientation about where we are in the market. Really interesting, ADA BTC. I haven't looked at this for a while. In the last video, I think I showed you here this target area for the ADA BTC chart. Now, this is something I put on there really just for fun, because I've never really done sort of ADA BTC, you know, use the fib levels as well in terms of looking at it from an Elliott wave point of view. Because if we see this as well as a correction as we do it currently on the ADA USD chart, then it would be very likely that the price is going to drop into this region between the 88.7 and the 78.6% level, so between 1172 and 1754. We're currently at 2179 and found support here at pretty much 2000. So this is really interesting, because this could indicate that yes, ADA might lose a little bit more value compared to BTC, but then we might finally see that reversal here to the upside. And you can already see here on the chart that the downtrend is slowing down. And we've seen that now for various weeks, that the downtrend is slowing down, ADA compared to Bitcoin. Just look at the steepness of the trend here to here to here. It's pretty much flattened out now, which doesn't mean lower prices aren't possible, but to end that downtrend, we would, to at least the immediate downtrend, we need to break the previous swing high. That would be above to 0. When you see that, that is a good indication that the downtrend could be over on ADA BTC. And if we take a look at the daily chart, what is interesting, and that confirms what I just said, that the downtrend is just slowing down massively. We even have a bullish crossover here, ADA BTC. Now, that is interesting. Last time that happened, that also led to price increase, as you can see, or price of an increase of the value ADA compared to BTC. We can see as well on the daily chart, on the RSI, that ADA is currently fighting here with the RSI getting above 50 or not. So pretty much at a tipping point here. On the MACD, on the ADX and TI, we also get a bullish crossover here. So it could really indicate that we're getting here very, very close to the completion of the correction ADA compared to BTC. And ADA USD as well, even though I still think we could drop to the 55-cent level, in the worst case even to 30. So significant price drops still possible, even very, very likely. But compared to where we come from, $3.10, that decrease is really not that significant anymore. And we could really say that we are sort of towards the end of the correction, in the last meters of this correction finally. But still, it could take many more weeks. I mean, it's going on for many months now, so a few more weeks hopefully won't matter too much. What I really wanted to take a look at is sort of the longer term indicators as well. So daily ADA USD, let's take a look at that. So here on the daily, we can see, if we add the indicators, that we had a bullish crossover coming. That was unfortunately prevented, so we're pretty much moving sideways here on the MACD at the moment. But it is looking interesting, certainly worth to keep an eye on that. But a lot of indecision in the market. Bullish crossover prevented, and as if it wasn't a surprise, and it's not a surprise actually, it was so relevant, yeah. This 50 level of the RSI, I remember how I called it out, that the 50 level for the RSI on the daily ADA is so important, and that this is very much in line with the 91.5-cent level. And again, we bounced off that. So only when ADA can break above 50, historically, it has really made a big move. So take a look at that. Daily RSI ADA needs to get above 50, otherwise big risk of a fake out. 4-day chart, very, very relevant for cryptos. So let's take a look at that. Internet a little bit slow, so there you go. Here as well, tipping point, yeah. We are just trying to hold the bullish crossover that we had on the 4-day chart. Now, if this crosses bearish, then medium term, of course, you're going to go down in this target area. That could just confirm that even further. So medium term, yes, tipping point, sideways movement, and we are just holding above that 75-cent level. So this is really critical. And here on the weekly, we already see that bearish crossover. Now, that coupled with the price dropping below 75 cents, and again, if I set dollar at any point, no, it's 75 cents, that could, yeah, give the price the last shooting, or yeah, shot to the downside, yeah, where it will then have a chance to really complete that correction in this area between 30 and 55 cents. So here, that bearish crossover, also something that is only just starting, but it is a bearish signal, yeah. We need to keep an eye on that until the weekly candle is closed. Of course, nothing confirmed yet, but it is worth keeping an eye on it. And again, that would confirm my view that we are going to see here medium-term lower prices. And maybe even let's take a look on the monthly chart before we finish this video off. But generally, these indicators are very important to get an understanding between the different time frames, because something could be very bullish short-term, but then medium or longer term, it could be extremely bearish. And here, yeah, the monthly MACD hasn't even started to turn around. So also that highly interesting, highly relevant to keep an eye on it. We even dropped below 50 on the RSI. That is not bullish at all. And also that could confirm even lower prices here for ADA. And therefore, I will stick with my current scenario. And, you know, I don't see that the low is already in. Also looking at the indicators here, they've actually confirmed that especially the medium-term ones, they are still very bearish. Yeah, the bearish crossovers on the weekly, on the monthly here, and on the 4-day as well, we aren't really looking well. And yeah, so far I would personally wait for lower prices here for ADA, or at least expect lower prices. And here on the daily, as I said as well, bearish crossover now again, but pretty much moving sideways. But the bullish crossover was prevented, which is not looking too good in the short term. But we know that on this channel, the target area is still where it is, between 30 and 55 cents. So I'll stick with that, and I'm quite stubborn with my target areas, you know that, and I'll wait for it to be reached. But what we also need to say with ADA already reached in the previous scenario many weeks ago its original target area, but I wasn't bearish enough for ADA. So from that point of view, even from here, theoretically, price increases at all-time highs would be possible. So the price has done what it needs to do in the correction. We've seen the lower lows that a wave C needs to make at the end of a correction, but we are lacking the bullish signals yet, and therefore I am looking at this more bearish target area. Okay, just for the explanation, really, for the context. Okay, and that's my view about ADA. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, check out my channel membership, yeah, for more crypto online, and maybe even the trading course I'm currently publishing on the website, morecryptoonline.com. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.